Jet Set Radio Future puts you in the shoes of the GGs, an up-and-coming street gang in future Tokyo looking to leave their mark on the city both literally and figuratively. Standing in their way are a number of lethal rival gangs, as well as the Rokaku Corporation, an evil group whose goal it is to take over not just Tokyo, but the world, and rid it and its people of their culture and happiness by using its immense wealth, an army of secret police to beat down anyone who challenges them into submission. What the GGs lack in brawn, they make up for in style, however, and to take back Tokyo, you're gonna have to paint the city over with your graffiti and make examples of other gangs by destroying them in epic street races and battles. You aren't alone in this fight either. DJ Professor K, the head of Tokyo's top pirate radio station, Jet Set Radio, will be by your side every step of the way, giving you the down low on all the juicy secrets of your rivals and keeping you moving with his melodic anthems. Released in 2002 by Sega on the original Xbox, Jet Set Radio Future is an action platformer centering around a gang of roller skating hipsters that's goal is to be the dominant force in Tokyo's culture. Throughout its 11 or so hour runtime, you'll grind, trick, and graffiti your way through countless enemies and levels with a huge roster of 24 playable characters that all have unique stats and feelings to them. Art is the name of the game here, and you'll spend much of your time covering the streets of Tokyo in beautiful graffiti to mark your territory, and block out rival gangs' gross displays. The city has 15 or so open areas and locales to explore that mostly all connect to each other to make a sort of semi-open world. The levels in this game are extremely diverse, taking you from futuristic-looking neon-coated Japanese streets to Egyptian tomb-themed districts, and even ones that seem to transcend reality. Each of these areas also has numerous trick-related challenges to finish off their rewards, and tons of collectibles to find that unlock hundreds of different graffiti designs and music tracks. You can even customize your own unique graffiti designs to display in the street, and play any of your favorite tracks with the rest of your crew back in the GG's garage for endless hours of fun. On the skating side of things, Jet Set Radio Future excels for the most part. Skating in it feels like a combo of Tony Hawk games with a bit of classic Sonic and rhythm games mixed in for good measure. Speed is a huge factor here, and the game's at its best when you're flying full force through a level with the music blaring and combos racking up. Each of the many moves you can perform, like 180s and flips, increase your speed to allow you to be able to make many of the jumps and grinds, as well as catch the enemies you're facing off against successfully. Like many Sonic games, however, Jet Set is at its worst when you lose this speed. Many boss fights require awkwardly precise movements that slow everything down, and at times the game will fight against you as you try to beat these sections. But that can occasionally take some time, due to the unintuitiveness and lack of explanation in some of these sections like this one.
Very nice, thank you.
Another issue Jet Set has is that it hasn't been released for any platform other than the original Xbox. So if you didn't own one, this game was fairly out of reach for a long time. Luckily, crafty programmers and Xbox fans have created an emulator that will run most classic Xbox games on PC. And you can play Jet Set Radio Future on it with little to no issues at 60 frames per second and at nearly any resolution you desire. Until Sega gets around to remastering this classic, this is the best option currently available. I'll leave a link to the emulator and a link to a great tutorial on how to set everything up in the description below. Something that's instantly noticeable about this game are its graphics. They are a true sight to behold, and for the most part have held up brilliantly over the years due to their stylized nature. At times, it truly looks like you're playing a live graphic novel or anime, and the music only helps to bolster the awesome atmosphere. Every character has such a cool, unique, and quirky design that you'll race at the chance to unlock each and every new one. The rival gangs you'll face are also immensely varied and contribute heavily to the theme of some levels that they inhabit. This really gives a cool spin to the environments, and seeing their areas slowly be taken over by your own graffiti style is something I never got tired of. In addition to this, Jet Set has a legendary soundtrack. So famous that it's almost impossible to talk about the game without mentioning it. The music throughout being played from DJ Professor K on his pirate radio station contributes so much to the atmosphere and vibe of the game. I'd describe the music as a mix between hip-hop and electronic music with some other rock twists in there. Hideki Naganuma and Richard Jacques have to be given props for their sheer quality of music on display here. Finally, I wanted to make special notice of the story and meaning behind this game. Much of Jet Set's premise focuses on large corporations using their massive wealth and power to influence government organizations' decisions and harm the well-being of average people. I found this theme and story especially profound today, as we live in an age where this can be seen more than possibly ever before. Jet Set seemed to me to be about rebelling against the death of culture, passion, and the notion that people should fall into lines of identical, creatively bankrupt rules and forget about expressing ourselves and being uniquely us. This is a message that I have rarely seen depicted so well, and it's a true treasure to experience. Jet Set Radio Future is truly a banger game, and it deserves all the praise it receives. If you're a fan of platformers and like the music and art style, I highly recommend you give this game a try. Because of all this, I'm giving the game a 9 out of 10.
Super bass out of space in your face, baby. Jet Set Radio. We're kicking it live, even in the furthest reaches of the galaxy. And to all you aliens out there, I know you're planning to invade us. Whenever you're ready, just bring it on, suckers.